So I'm not seeing where this road continues past this house right here.
All right, so basically in a nutshell, we got outbid. All right, let me show you how they laid these property tracks out. Okay, that I got to go in there and open. Now, it does have a wet weather ditch crossing right here, which I got no idea how good or bad it is now. And then that'll be a future easement, like let's say we were to sell this 50 back here.
All right, I think I found the trail. That's it right there.
The agent called and said, hey, do you want to outbid the highest bidder?
Definitely got to bring a buggy out here. Take a look. Goes in right next to this house. Blacktop all the way. Let's go. We did it again. Just the other day, we bid on 85 acres sight unseen. Never stepped foot on it. It was an auction. I documented that in a previous episode, and now we own it, or we're under contract. The only change was, so I put the first bid at the minimum bid, $2,500 an acre, sight unseen, just going by what I could see on pictures. And then while that auction was running for 4 days, I drove there and I at least checked the area out. So that's what I'm going to give you an update today. But I still did not step 1 foot on this land in the woods, and now we're under contract. Hopefully there ain't a bunch of junk piles in the woods or negative surprises, but I'm going to explain it, how it all went down and how we came to get it under contract. So let's get going. First one, then there's track 2 and 3. This is what we bid on right here. We are the leading bid, $2,500, $2,500. Okay, so that's a quick recap. We bid $2,500 for both of these parcels, a 35 acre and a 50 acre piece. We then got outbid. All right, here's my packet of emails after my initial bid. Right here, you've been outbid. So we did go ahead and bid on the house at the minimum, just kind of as a long shot. I'm glad we didn't get it, honestly. But so here, all it tells us is what the bid, our original bid of $2,500 got outbid. And that particular bid, you couldn't bid like $100 per acre. The minimum bump was $250 an acre. So I'm going to tell you the story on how we ended up buying it, but it was actually after the auction where we offered more than the highest bid to buy it basically through that auction. But first, let's take a look at my drive-by and what it looks like at the ground level, so at least I got some idea of what we're getting into here. And I decided not to bid any further than that because I didn't really have my heart set on this. This was kind of one that I'm looking for a good deal, which is hard to find, but we might have got one on this project. Okay, I took the back roads to get to this place. Very beautiful area, very picturesque. Winding, hills and roads and cattle farms, horse farms, and all of that. So very pretty area overall, very rural. But look at this place. Check it out. Man, look at this. That's a beautiful layout right there. Woo! Love that lake. All right, so here's the gravel road that the property sits on, and we're going to do a tour of it just from the car today. That's what I'm going to show you. But before I pull in and show you this beautiful driveway and the property, let me show you the maps so you can have it in your mind as we're going up the driveway. All right, this is where we're at right now on the gravel road. So here's this is the driveway, but these are the 2 tracks that we're under contract on right now. So this back 50, where are we? Okay, so right here, there is a lane through the woods. You got to go down a ditch crossing right here to get to this back 50. But since we own this piece and this piece, we'll be able to work it out. But let me just show you the driveway and
keep this in mind as we're going along the driveway. So here's the driveway we're going to follow. So we're going to be looking at the power lines, but we're also going to be looking at the fact this is all beautiful asphalt to where you could very easily have a couple of building lots in here because you got access to power. Okay, and then these back 2 lots, depending on what I come up with, in here for the terrain with my machines, I got to build a road. I'm going to have to build this new lane or road to get back to this piece, but depending on what I find in here, there's no idea if this is going to be good for me to make a cabin site or just leave it hunting, make some clearings, build some ponds. I don't know till I get in there and see it. But anyways, as we're traversing the driveway, check out the power lines and the infrastructure value of the place. All right, so we're coming through the gate right here, and here you could see it's labeled tract number 2. This could be a real nice building site here, possibly, depending on what we want to do. But the first thing is, this is really pretty, and it's really high-end. I mean, this steel cattle gate, it has some value to it if you wanted to dismantle that. But so here is all on the right side is the 35-acre piece. Again, this could be some really nice lots. I'm already working on this. So you see the poles on the left side there, and now it switches over to the right side. But the survey is going to also, so this is going to be a shared road. So anyone who's going to own land back here gets shared this road, but it's also going to be a utility easement. So anywhere along this road, whether the pole's on the left side or the right side, will have a utility easement also for future buried internet like we got here, or future sewer if that should ever come. So anyways, now I'm looking for the road that goes past this house. This house is on the front track, so we didn't buy this house. We're just going to basically drive by it, but I'm looking for the road here. Like, okay, on the map it shows me a road that goes past it, but it's actually just a 4-wheeler trail, and I'll find that here in just a second. So I'm not seeing where this road continues past this house right here. We're right on the blacktop. Power runs right along the road here, which is good. All right, I think I found the trail. That's it right there. All right, let me show you how they laid these property tracts out. Now that I've been working with these guys for a couple of years, I understand their philosophy a little better. They use roads as property lines, okay? So this is the asphalt driveway until you hit the house. Okay, but this property line is the 4-wheeler trail, if you will. Okay, that I got to go in there and open. Now, it does have a wet weather ditch crossing right here, which I got no idea how good or bad it is. Now, Lucas told me he was able to make it all the way back here with his mule, his side-by-side. So that's all I need to know. You can get back to this field. So this road is going to be part of our piece here of this piece. We will own that road, and then that'll be a future easement. Like, let's say we were to sell this 50 back here, this would be an easement right here between the asphalt lane and the actual whatever dirt woods road. So this will be a little easement to get back to this 50, but this gives you a little better idea of the trail we're looking at least at this moment. All right, I think I found the trail. That's it right there. Definitely got to bring a buggy out here. Take a look. Goes in right next to this house, which ain't the worst thing. It's blacktop all the way. That's interesting. All right, here's the barn up in the front. I mean, this cattle fencing is worth a pretty penny. All of his metal stuff. I know Phil sold a bunch of his. He made a few grand on it for sure, but it's making more sense now that I'm here. All right, just a quick look at this front lot. It's like 28 acres that goes with the house. But the house is at the very back of this front parcel. And that house and that back 80 would make just a great hunting camp. And then you sell this front piece off as a building site. Someone build a nice home in here. Okay, there's a nice pond right there. Here's up along the road. Alright, here's down the road past it. I don't got to go back around to get to that neighborhood, that other road. It comes off of 28.
And climb. So what we're seeing is a lot of people who are buying those things they need.
Here's one for sale. We could just buy this one, and then we could have a new access point. For sale by owner. Big brick mansion. All right, so I just wanted to do a 360 spin around the property, even though I haven't stepped foot on it. These all border the new parcel. So there could be an opportunity if somebody wanted to buy some of this, but a lot of times them are dead ends. But I just wanted to know what kind of homes we got up here along the border, and they're all very nice homes. It's a very nice neighborhood. That's all I really needed to know. So at the end of the bidding process, I had second thoughts. I thought, all right, let's see if we can get this thing. If I can get enough room in there under what I think is current market value, even though it's going to need a lot of work. And I said, okay, well, here's where my bid would be. It was, higher than the highest bidder, but in my opinion and estimation, lower than the value of the land. So that's how we ended up under contract. I believe we were able to buy this at lower than the actual value, but as usual, it needs work. It needs value added to it. It's going to need a road system. It's going to need surveys. There's some survey issues that I believe we're going to have looking ahead based on my intel, but I'll cover that later on. So anyways, we bid higher than the current, the highest bid, but I believe we got into it with plenty of room as far as the current market value in this county, in this area of Missouri. So welcome to our new project 85. I got lots of things to do, but first we got to get it bought. I got to get our new loan in place. I put the down payment down today. It's pretty steep for a auction. You got to put 10% down, like right away. You got to write a check. So, you're looking at a pretty substantial check. Luckily, we just closed on our last parcel on project 205. We got one left over there, but that gave us enough wiggle room to look at our next one, and just hopefully, serendipitously, this is going to turn out well for us, because I wasn't really active looking, but I think we got a good enough deal on it to make it work. So thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for future updates on this. It's going to be another exciting life journey.